team, today we are at the Museum of London to learn about the Fire of London. Surprising news and fun news, tomorrow is going to be its anniversary for happening 350 years ago. That is quite a long time ago, and you can see the difference of then and now. We're also really lucky because Wizard Keen arranged it so we could have just this museum to ourselves for about a few hours, and Wizard Keen is going to show us an amazing map that is built in Minecraft. We've seen a bit of it, but it's huge, guys. It's just amazing. Let's go check it out.
So we're actually now going to be stepping back 350 years, and we're going to see a little bit of what London was like in 1666. Really dark. Why do you think it's really dark?
Because in the old days they didn't have very good electricity.
Didn't have very good electricity, absolutely.
I'm scared.
We've discovered that the streets were lit by what rather than electricity?
Torches.
Torches, and what are the torches lit with?
Fire.
Fire, okay. And what are all these things, these strange creatures, what are they made out of?
Wood.
And what does wood do?
Burns.
Burns very quickly, you all know that from Minecraft, absolutely. We've walked into Baroness' oven. So he's got his bread in the ceiling. There's a big bit of dough here that is cooking in the oven. And you can watch the animation as the fire spreads across London. So you might see things you recognise. So this is an old London Bridge. That was the only bridge across the Thames at the time. St Paul's is that big cross over there. So here we go. This is Pudding Lane, where the fire starts on day one. So by the end of the first day,
They covered that.
which is pretty bad enough as it is, isn't it? This is day 2. It's getting a lot worse. And gosh, look at that, day 3. Day 3 was the worst day. And that's when St Paul's caught on fire. No one thought it would burn. So this is what you would have seen if you were around in London in the 1600s. Especially if you're standing on the south bank and see your city light. Can you imagine how sort of dramatic that would be?
The storm wind was blowing from the east. It fanned the flames and spread the fire faster than people could fight it.
This is a fire squirt. So today we've got firefighters, and what do they use to fight fires? Big hose, yeah. You can imagine you've got a big stick like this, you can latch onto one of these wooden buildings and pull them down because they're so weak. Bricks are much harder to pull down. But they would use this. So this is a real one, this is a real fire pit.
Would this part of London burn?
The southern part, that
Yeah.
is a very, very good question. And the answer is no, because over here, can you see, we've got buildings here and then no buildings here. So what that caused was a nice break so that the fire didn't spread across London Bridge. Not very many people died at all, about 7 people died.
Is that it?
That was it, absolutely.
Gunpowder?
Yeah, let's see what gunpowder does. Do you remember what happens if there's a break in the fire, if things have already been destroyed? It means that they can't catch fire again, so you've done it. So who knew that actually destroying things with a big old flame, an explosion, actually stops the fire from spreading? This coffin was discovered. It was full of liquid. 2 men tasted it and poked his body with a stick. Poke, poke, poke. They said the liquid tasted insipid and ironish, and it felt a bit like meat jelly.
Oh.
So they decided to eat it because they were so interested about what a body tastes like after it's died. This is a letter, 2 letters actually, written by this lady here. Her name is Lady Anne Hobart. And can you see her writing? Can you see it's
upside down.
really, yeah, it's sort of upside down, and it's really big and really scrawly, and that is because she's so panicked. She's in the fire and she's seeing all these things burn. So both letters are written on days when the fire is still raging. She's terrified of her house being destroyed. She loses everything. She's worried about her daughters. There's a bit in here. She's like, "Oh my girls, I feel so sorry for them." So you can sense this panic. This is a real Londoner who was in London at the time of the fire.
This is what London looked like after the fire. I'm building new designs for London. What's your most exciting thing about the fire of London?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think my favourite thing are the letters that we've got that are written by people, because you can see their actual handwriting, and you can see when they've got really stressed because they're really sad about the fire, and they're writing really quick, and you get that sense of panic, so you can really see what it was like to be in the Great Fire of London from a Londoner's point of view. That's my favourite thing.
What's your favourite story you've heard from the fire of London?
My favourite story, do you remember right at the beginning of the exhibition there was a cat on the wall? And we call it Sparky. We don't think it had a name at the time, but Samuel Pepys, the guy who wrote the diary, he saw a few days after the fire a cat being rescued from a chimney at the Royal Exchange. So they'd heard a cat in the ruins of the Royal Exchange and managed to pull it out, and they saved the cat, but all its fur had been burnt off, so it was completely bald, but it was okay and it was alive. That's my favourite story.
Why did you decide to build a Minecraft map about the fake Great Fire of London?
We really loved Minecraft. We'd used it a little bit before. Actually, I came and saw you speak at Stamford Bridge last year, and you really inspired me to kind of think, what could we do with this amazing game? And because the anniversary was coming up, we thought, let's build London. And so we talked to Adam and James, and we came up with this idea about rebuilding it and then burning it and then rebuilding it all over again. But it's much bigger and better than I ever thought it could be.
It's pretty massive. It took about 3 months to build. Basically, this was worked on. There's a big team
Called Blockworks.
called Blockworks. They're young people from all over the world, and Blockworks work on a server, so they never really meet in real life ever. But they've all got special talents. So one of them does ships, one of them does topography. Topography is like the shape of the landscape. Okay. Some of them do kind of buildings and other things like that. Well done, you've discovered a map. A painting. So hidden around the map are lots of paintings that you can discover, and they've got a trail of fire that lights up where their locations are as well.
How did you do that? Woohoo! How did you do that?
Because Dragnos is a clever sausage. So there are 12 records to collect in total, and each record has a little fact. So there's 6 by me and 6 by Stampy. Pudding mate, you found it straight away. So if you go downstairs, you'll be able to nip over the top there.
The fire! That's Stampy.
Yeah, I can just hear it.
What's your favourite part of that?
Okay, so I think my favourite part of the map is actually the bridge, London Bridge, and just the kind of the waterfront along there, because you've got all the houses that are kind of almost tipping over the edge of the sea there, you know, the River Thames. And I just like the fact that it's probably one of the biggest Minecraft maps we've ever built.
My favourite bit is St Paul's Cathedral, because I see the new St Paul's Cathedral every day on my way to work, and so getting to see the old one is really fantastic, and to climb to the top and see the whole city, I just think it's a really beautiful piece of building from Blockworks. It's amazing, I love it.
So the map that you're playing at the moment is our first map, and that is just basically pre-fire. So before the fire, this is what London looked like, okay?
And then
it's very, very crowded, the streets were very close together, everything was made of wood, you know, and this is what it's like.
The next map is out on Friday the 2nd of September, which is tomorrow, because that's the anniversary of the fire. So the fire will start in London in Minecraft on the same day that it started in real life. So you'll be able to play through the whole thing, you'll be able to blow up buildings, tear them down, save people's belongings, and play it all almost in real time.
Fire's going to start. You're going to be trapped in a building. You've got to find your way out of a building. It's going to be smoke and everything like that, and you have to find your way out. Then you're going to be able to also fight the fire as well with water squirts and things like that. and blow buildings up and stuff, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a very, very adventurous kind of map.
Am I going to be allowed to play it?
And anybody can play it because it'll be downloadable for anybody who plays Minecraft.
It's amazing, and it's just, it feels like if I tried to build this, I would just end up really, really, really happy that I've just done it. I can never build this. So we had a great time at the museum learning about the Fire of London. I really enjoyed it, and big shout out to Wizard Keen and all of his helpers for making that humongous map. Really, really amazing job. Anyway, like I was saying, we had an amazing time at the museum. I liked learning about the fire and how it spread because of the building so close and how it started. And I also liked the room with loads of bread in it. But yeah, and if you do ever come to London, first things on the list, check out this museum. It's amazing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you later. Bye.